So, what's going wrong at Manchester United currently? I think, yes, we got the win in the week against Nottingham Forest, and it wasn't the best of performances. And there's been a lot of inconsistency for Manchester United. I mean, since the start of 2024, we looked like we'd be going on a positive run. And ever since that, in the past few weeks, our performances have not been good enough. Now, even with the games we've been getting wins, there's been patches of moments of brilliance that probably helped us win the game. So how is Erik ten Hag really getting it wrong? I think with a mixture of players not trying, just a lack of effort, which is the same as players not trying, and it's just not there's injuries have not helped him as well, and that's probably the biggest thing that's probably forced things to go wrong. I think Erik ten Hag, we know he's got principles, and we know there's been, as I said, moments where we can play the football that he plays. But there's been far too many moments for me this season where we haven't, and we've lost out massively. There's been some tiny moments of lapses of concentration, just not good enough moments where we haven't played really well, and it's massively impacted us for the season. I think if you look at the way, for example, the game against Liverpool where it was 0-0. Yes, it was 0-0, but we still got absolutely pelted. Liverpool could have scored numerous of goals. And that's just going back to one game. So there are numerous of games where we have got away with it, in my opinion. I think the Wolves game was one. I'm not going to go through every game in the season, but I think the performances have definitely not been there. And yes, we've had a load of defensive combinations. We've not been good. We've had loads of injuries, and that obviously is not going to help a team when you're constantly chipping and changing teams. It's not going to help you. It's not going to allow you to familiarise yourself with the players you're playing with, increase the momentum, increase confidence. And that's something that we've probably missed on most, I would say, this season. I think other than that, as I said, there's been glimpses. And whether Ineos look to take and continue with Erik ten Hag, we wait to see. But it's looking like they will at the minute. And for me, he's a good manager. Listen, don't get me wrong. I think he does look good on the ball when he plays his way of football. But when our team are not on the ball, we can lose our heads, and that's something that Manchester United players have had for them ever since the Mourinho days, I think. So we need to try and get that mentality instilled out of our players, and we've tried many different ways. See if Ineos can get that out of them, because we have struggled with that, and the mentality is a huge part of the game. If you have the best mentality, you're most likely going to win. You look at the top players in the world. You look at Ronaldo, for example. People say he's egotistical. For me, he's got one of the best mentalities. He's strict in his regime, and he does everything he can to be the best. And that's something for me Manchester United players are not doing. Now, Rashford's in the interview said he's committed to the club. For me, you have to show that on the pitch. Show that you're committed. Do the extra running. Put the extra mile in. Put the performance in. Score goals. When your team's not playing well, push them up. Don't be that player that when you lose a game, put your head down or just think negatively. Be the player that, or be the leader, and that's something that for me Manchester United don't have enough in their squad. I think leaders. I think if you look at the current leaders we have, I would say Varane's a leader, Casemiro's a leader. Whatever you want to say about Bruno, he is a leader. I think Onana's really commanded, but that's really about it. I mean, yes, you can have an argument about Maguire, but everyone else, in my opinion, has not been commanded enough, and that could be something we're losing out of. I mean, you look at the younger players, they need someone who can put them on the right path, the Kobe Mainoo, the Garnacho. I'm not saying on the wrong path or anything, but you need that inspiration. You look over the years, I've heard people telling me that we've had, well, I know the players that we've had, but Roy Keane used to rip into players. We've had David, but we've had some legends of the club, and it's all about putting the young players under the wing, and that's probably something that's going wrong. As I said, we've had look out of place this season, and I think the performances of the season have not been good enough. Out of the Carabao Cup, out of the Champions League, it is looking really bad at the minute for Manchester United. But as I said, we've got some huge games coming up, so it's all about how we can win it. We're still in the top four race, and we're still in the FA Cup. So there's two big positives that if we can win the FA Cup and get top four, they'd be hugely boosting for Ten Hag, the fans, and particularly all the players at the club. So yeah, that's just kind of my thoughts on what's going wrong at Manchester United. It's a mix of injuries, it's a mix of Erik ten Hag as well. But hopefully when everyone's fit, and we can see the Erik ten Hag football in full flow, I'm sure we'll be more than happy. But that has been the video. It's a short one today. Leave a like, comment and subscribe, and stay tuned. There'll be plenty of videos coming soon. We'll be talking everything Manchester United. We'll be building up to the transfer window. And yeah, just